Without cops, who would tase us to death for refusing to sign a traffic ticket?
All right, I did find you at fault in the accident.
My fault. I was in the red light. My light was green.
You cut your turn short.
No, I didn't turn. I can't turn no while what it did. He kept coming at me. It wasn't my fault.
So I need you to sign this ticket right here on the X. You're still going to sign this ticket. You're going to sign this ticket right here, okay?
No.
You're going to sign this ticket or I'm going to take you to jail.
I didn't do nothing.
You can come to court and fight.
I didn't do nothing. Lord have mercy. Jesus, I didn't do nothing.
Now you're going to sign this ticket or I'm going to take you to jail. Sign the ticket.
I'm not guilty of
Sign the ticket. Sign the That's on the ground.
All right, this is 62-year-old Johnny Holman. He was a deacon in Atlanta. Tragically, he had an encounter with an individual on the streets of Atlanta, and it cost him his life. No, Johnny didn't die because he ran into a drug dealer. He wasn't the victim of an international terrorist or an illegal immigrant, and he didn't hit the pavement as the result of a drive-by shooting. Johnny lost his life after an interaction with an Atlanta police officer named Karen Kimbrough. And of course, because the Atlanta Police Department is so interested in opening themselves to public scrutiny, and they thrive in an atmosphere of transparency, they released the video immediately. Just kidding. It took months of Johnny Holman's family pleading with the cops to release the body cam footage that you're about to see.
Just checking to see if you have any officers at 20 East on Hamilton home.
Morning. What happened?
I had the green light, all the traffic up here. And so when I was making
1191, do we have an officer that's pulled out there?
You know, because the light was green. And the traffic backed all the way up here. I got this time and hit me on the side right here.
Officers at the location, they were trying to...
We have our own turn here.
He hit me right here and he went on down that way with it.
That's copy. I think all my
officers are over here.
I don't think
he wasn't at turn.
Maybe zone 4.
My light was green.
Is your car still drivable? Or is the tire messed up back there?
I don't know. If we bag up, I can see. I don't even know. And when you hit me right here, he went all the way down that way with. And I said, you want to stop? It's red. You're like red. My light was green.
Come pull your car up right here. Come pull your car up right here.
While the cars are like this real quick, can I just kind of explain what happened from my standpoint?
Is this your car?
Yes.
I mean, I know what happened, but you can tell me. I already watched the camera what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I'm just ignorant on how all the behind-the-scenes stuff happens, but how is the cop already able to watch the traffic camera footage when he just arrived on the scene? If you know the answer to this question, leave your opinion in the comments section.
You said I could tell you one?
You want to?
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm making a right turn. I even saw him. So as soon as basically he just, essentially all he did was cut it way too sharp and just ran right into my car. As a matter of fact, like you see the reason that it skirts all the way, I wasn't even going. I was essentially like driving with 2-3 miles per hour. And I saw the left. Like,
come on, the car's already fucked up. There you go. Come on. There you go. Turn it right in there.
So yeah, so like, so let's say there's traffic in terms of, like I'm basically essentially just making a right turn. And I saw the car. He wasn't even looking at me. I even tried to blow him out. He just cut way too sharp and just ran right into my car.
Okay. The accident already happened, so why are we arguing about it? You can go in your car, actually. You can go in your car. You can go wait in your car. You got your driver's license on you?
Yeah.
I should be able to get that myself. You got a license or anything on you? Okay.
You stay down the street, she got it at the house, but you can get out the phone. I'm her mom.
That's fine.
Oh, okay. I just came up for you.
Okay.
So at this point, Officer Kimbrough documents the IDs of the women standing on the sidewalk. Then he proceeds to his patrol cruiser to continue entering the report on his computer. After completing the report, he returns to the man who was struck by Mr. Holman.
All right. This is the case number. Your car, that tire's messed up, so you ain't gonna be able to drive it off. So I'm gonna tell you, okay. But this is where your car's gonna go on Jonesboro Road. Use that case number, give it to your insurance.
You're gonna be in route 2591.
Yeah, it was him. So. Okay. All right, this is a case number for you.
Thank you.
You know, if you want to, I don't know, sue or whatever. All right, man. Case number for you. All right, I did find you at fault in the accident.
My fault. I was in the red light. My light was green.
You cut your turn short.
No, I didn't turn. I can't turn no white and what it did. He kept coming at me. It wasn't my fault.
Why are you screaming at me?
I'm not screaming. I'm saying it was not my fault. He ran into my truck.
Okay.
You see where he hit me right here.
All right. So I need you to sign this ticket right here on the X. Okay. I'll get my sergeant for it, but you're still going to sign this ticket. That's fine. But you're going to sign this ticket right here before I get my sergeant out here. Okay?
No.
You're going to sign this ticket or I'm going to take you to jail. So you got a court date of the 4th of October, 2023 at 8 o'clock, all right? It's not a state of admission or guilt. Just saying that you plan on coming to court and paying the fine beforehand. You can come to court.
I didn't do nothing.
You can come to court and
I
fight
didn't do nothing. Lord have mercy. Since I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing
Who
wrong.
are you screaming at? I told you once, lower your voice.
My voice
You're
is
not,
heavy anyway.
you're not going to scream at me.
My voice is heavy.
Do you understand what I'm telling you? Now you're going to sign this ticket or I'm going to take you to jail. I suggest you sign the ticket. Then you could talk to my sergeant or whoever you want to talk to, your priest, your wife, I don't care. But you're going to sign it right here. Here you go. Sir, I'm going to ask you one more time. Sign the ticket.
So you
sign the ticket.
You just trying to make
sign
me
the
say I'm guilty
ticket.
of something I'm not guilty of.
Sign the ticket.
That's just trying to make me say.
Sign the ticket.
Okay, I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
Sign the ticket.
Sign
the ticket.
How can I sign the ticket? You got me all like that.
You're acting crazy.
I'm not doing nothing.
Give me your arm.
I'm right here.
Give me your arm.
I'm right here.
Give me your arm.
My body already hurt, man.
All right.
I'm already.
Show me another unit. Sign the That's on the ground.
I feel something. What you doing like that? I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing, sir. Why you hurt me like this, man? I'm old man.
I'm not right away. Sign the ticket. I'm going to tase you. Put your arms on.
Now, the video released by the Atlanta News First cuts off at the 31-minute and 55-second mark. And there's reportedly another video that's an hour long. Of course, because of YouTube's censorship rules, I'm unable to show the rest because you know what'll happen to my channel if I do show it. I'll leave the link to the original video in the description below. But according to this Atlanta News First article, quote, Officer Kimbrough tases Holman as he again tells him to put his hands behind his back. Kimbrough handcuffs Holman as he lies unresponsive on the ground. Holman appears unconscious. The video shows he's bleeding from his face. Kimbrough calls for EMS and checks for vital signs on Holman and says he's still breathing. The video reportedly shows Kimbrough trying to wake up Holman as other officers arrive. Kimbrough then tells the other arriving officers that he ordered Holman to sign the ticket and he refused and started resisting. So, of course, he had to take him to the ground. He started grabbing my hand like he was going to hit me, so I punched him a couple times, tased him, and put him in cuffs, and I don't know what's going on with him now. He's still breathing, though." End quote. Paramedics then arrive and perform CPR on Mr. Holman around 10 minutes later. Now, my question is, why not just let Mr. Holman go? I mean, if the accident was clearly his fault, the report has already been made, the witnesses have already been talked to by the cop, and everything was recorded on body cam. So why not just send Mr. Holman a certified letter to his house, because you got all of his documentation, and then just take it up another day? Why does there seem to be this necessity on behalf of law enforcement agents to send an electric charge through somebody's body? Leave your thoughts about this for the world, the Atlanta police, and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give this video a like, share it with everybody you know, subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a shirt design, become a channel member, but more importantly, know your rights and flex your rights. If you don't flex your rights, your right muscles will atrophy and you will lose them. Freedom will always be dangerous. The only thing more dangerous is not having them. I will see you in the next video.